Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn how you can use Foliage tool in Unreal Engine and how you can create some environments, really good environments with the help of Foliage tools. So I'm going to create some parts in this where we are going to create some really beautiful natural environments as well by using this tool. And I'm going to show you all the settings that I am been using and all the settings that has been given by Unreal Engine. So let's start now. Now quickly to demonstrate how the foliage tool work, I am going to go to my landscape and create a landscape here. So basically I can show you that. So I'm not going to create that much big landscape. I'm going to do 15 by 15. So you can say this is going to be a small landscape here, and let's just click on fill world. Okay, sorry, not on fill world. Okay, sorry. So let's just click on create, and now you can see our landscape is created. Now I'm going to add a character here, which is my mannequin, so I can know where I'm going to put my camera as well. So let's just go to mesh and let's just drop the many, and let's just see here. So we can see here as well. Okay, this is going to be our many here. So this is going to be my camera. Let's just create my camera quickly as well. So let's just go to selection mode, and I'm going to go to my cinematic, and let's just drag and drop cine camera actor here. Let's just move it upwards here. Okay, so let's just move this upwards here. Sorry, not in the rotation. I'm going to do this something like this. Okay, and let's just rotate, tilt it a bit, and I'm going to rotate it so I can see my menu here. Okay, let's just maybe do a tilt of 2 because I want some grass to be seen here. Okay, and let's just go to cine camera, and I'm going to move it backwards here, something like this. Okay, and I want a wide shot here, so let's just go to our cinematic viewport, which we are already here. Okay, and let's just do a maybe of 24. Okay, a wide shot, we can do something like this. Okay, so this is going to be my camera here, and let's just go out of my camera mode. Let's just quickly switch to two views here. Okay, I'm going to click here and do two panes here, and here I'm going to select my cine camera actor, and I'm going to turn on the real time here, so I can see the output here, whichever whatever I am doing here. Okay, so you can see our menu is here. Okay, yeah, this is great, and let's just see what we are getting here. So you can see the result here as well. Maybe I'm going to do perspective here and maybe cine camera here. Okay, yeah, this is nice. So now let's just do some basic sculpting here. Okay, so let's just go to our landscape again, and let's just take our sculpt brush, and we are going to sculpt it here, something like this. Okay, so we can definitely do something like this, maybe a river if you want to add. Okay, you can do it, and I'm going to maybe do something like this. Okay, here it is going to be elevated, something like here. Okay, here also it is going to get elevated, and here also. Okay, something like this we are going to do here as well. Okay, and here maybe we can take it downward, something like this. Okay, yeah, let's keep it like this, and I'm going to delete my floor here, so you can see this is how our landscape is looking right now. Okay, now let's just learn how you can use the foliage tool. So let's just save it again, and now we are going to switch here to our foliage, and as soon as you do it, you can say it's asking me to drop my foliage here. So let's just open our fab here, and let's just download some grass here. So let's just search for grass, press enter, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that price is shown free. Okay, and we can use the mega scan grass, which is our wild grass here. Okay, so let's just use this wild grass. So I'm going to download this, and one more thing I want a material as well. So let's just add a forest ground, so we can add a ground as well here. So let's just search for ground first, but let's just download this wild grass. So you can see we have this wild grass here, we can add to our project. Okay, so it's getting downloaded. Till then I'm going to also have a forest ground as well. So let's just search for forest ground, and let's just press enter, and I'm going to download a forest floor here, which is this material, and I'm going to add this to my landscape as well. So let's just add this to project. Okay, once this is downloaded, I am going to show you how you can use this, but also I want my rocks as well. So I'm going to search for rocks. Okay, and we are going to use the forest rocks as well for our scene scattering. So we can use this something like this, or maybe if you want to go precise, you can search for forest rocks. Okay, and let's just press enter, and you can see we have all this stuff. Okay, this is downloaded, so let's just download this forest material. Till then I'm going to have this cluster here. Okay, this small medium clusters, so let's just keep this to download as well. So I'm going to show you how you can use this as well. Okay, or maybe some stones, something like that, but we will see what we are going to do. So this is done, and now I'm going to quickly apply a material. Let's just go to fab mega scans. Let's just go to surface forest floor, and I'm going to apply this material first. So let's just apply this to our landscape. So again, I'm going to go to selection mode here. Let's just go to landscape, and here I'm going to replace the material. Okay, so let's just replace our landscape material. Let's just wait for it to prepare the shaders, and now you can see we have the styling issues because our basically forest tiling is low. So let's just increase this so we get some big shapes. So let's just go to materials. Let's just open this, and in global I'm going to do the tiling here. Let's just decrease this to 0.4. Again, I'm going to see in my camera view. Yeah, this is looking nice. Don't worry about this repetition because we are going to add grass here. Okay, so let's just do maybe 0.3. Okay, yeah, this is looking nice. Let's just close this out, and now what I want to scatter some grass here. Now there are two methods here, guys, so let me just show you. Let's just drop some foliage here. So I'm going to again go to plants, wild grass, high, and foliage type, and here you can see we have this foliages here. So let's just select all of them, and let's just drag and drop it here. And now in order to paint this, you need to activate this. So just select and tick this tick button. So now you can see all the grasses are selected, and now if I click here, you can see we are getting this grass here. Okay, you can see the result here as well. But let's just see some settings here, because right now if you see it's not scattering that much grass. I want lots of grass, and don't worry about this LODs and all that stuff. I'm going to cover it in next videos as well. So here, first thing you will find is your brush size. So how much big or small you want your brush to be for the painting. Here is your paint density. So if you take this to 1 and if you click, okay, you can see we are getting somewhat more grass, but not that much, because what you need to do, you need to increase it here in the density. Okay, so if you select only one, only this will be affected, but make sure that you hold shift and select all of them. So all the grasses are selected, and you are going to change all the settings of all this grass here. So you can see we are here reading multiple values. So let's just increase this to maybe 400, and let's just try it now. So now if I click, you can see there are lots of grass clumps here. Okay, now if I take this to 1000, and now if I click here, now you can see we have lot of dense grass here. Okay, so you can see the result here as well. Don't worry about the shadows and all that stuff. This is a common mega scan grass problem. I'm going to show you in future videos how you can rectify this, how you can get this LODs, how you get rid of this LODs and this basically screen percentage of how much it is going to be visible and how much not. So I'm going to cover that as well. Don't worry about that. Right now concentrate how the grass system works. So let's just press Ctrl Z. Okay, so then you will have this radius. So how much separate you want your grass to be from one another, because right now if I paint here, so let's just go to full screen here and let me show you what I'm telling. So right now you can see we don't have that much separation here. See, so what you can do, if you want some separation, you can increase the radius. So if I do 20 here, and if I click, now you can see there is somewhat separation, but not that much. Now let's just take this to 300, let's say. And now if I paint, you can see there are not that much grass, though our density is high, because the radius between each grass, basically each clump of grass, is around 300. So we are not getting that much grass. Okay, so this is going to be useful when you are going to create some trees. Okay, we don't want lots of trees basically, so we can use this radius here. Then you have the scaling here. So right now you can see if you want uniform scaling in X, Y, and Z, you can do that as well. This is right now set to free, but I'm going to do a uniform scaling, and right now it's 0.8 to 1.2. So let's say you want your grass to be lot bigger or lot smaller, you can play with this value. So if I do 0.3 to 0.5, and now if I click, you will see that our grass is really small here. See, okay. So this is basically determined by how much your minimum and maximum scale. Always make sure that both the values are somewhat different, so you get that variations in the grass. Okay, so if I do 0.5 to 1, and now if I paint, so it will be around 0.5 to 0.1. So you can see some grass are big, some grass are small, so you can play with these values. Again, I'm going to reset it out. Then if you go to advanced, okay, there is nothing here, but now you can see this is Z offset and this is aligned to normal. So now what is aligned to normal? Let me show you on this. So now if I click here, you can see it's basically just sculpting on that terrain here, which is elevated. But now if I click here, align to normal, and if I click, now you can see the grass is also rotated here. Okay, so let me just show you on the tree here. I'm going to show you that, but now you can see the difference. Basically they are facing along the normals. So if you want that, you can use that as well. I'm going to show you in some time what exactly how you can use this as well. Okay, then you can have the random pitch and random here, so rotation can be random. And here right now you can see the maximum slope angle is 45. So let's see, if you have a big slope, something like this, it's not that much big, but you can see some is getting painted and some is not because of this slope angle. So if I take this to 90, so now from 0 to 90, whatever the slope value would be, it will paint. Okay, so you can see the result. So this is also going to be helpful when you have that straight slopes or something like that. You can use there as well. Okay, then this is done. We don't touch it here that much. Okay, if you want, you can play with the settings. So now let's just create a grass quickly according to our landscape. Okay, now there is one more option, guys. So let's say if you want your grass to scatter on the whole landscape, you can do that as well. Just go to fill, because right now we are in the paint layer, so it's getting painted. So let's say if you want a single instance, you can click here and you will get a single instance. Okay, so you can do that as well. And let's say if you are painting here and you don't want it here, you can use the eraser tool as well. Okay, and you can use the lasso tool as well. So if I select here something like this and make my brush smaller, you can do lots of things here. Okay, so if I do something like this, I can remove this and press delete. So you can see we are getting this shape here as well. So you can do lots of stuff here as well. You can use the eraser tool and it is going to erase here. Okay, so these are lots of good tool, but what I want to show you is the fill tool. So if I select all and if I click here, okay, it will take some time, but what it is going to do, it is going to fill here, okay, on my landscape. But right now, if you see here, okay, if I take this fill tool, it is not basically filling this. So now what is the reason behind this? So you can see if I click on landscape, it is not getting filled. So now let's just go to paint, and if you click here, it is working. So let me just show you another thing here. So if I go to shapes and if I drag this plane here, okay, so here is my plane. Just a second, guys, we are going to make it lot bigger here. Okay, something like this from the center, and let me just show you what I'm telling. So now let's say you want to paint here on the whole basically on the whole plane. Okay, so you don't need to use this, you can directly use the fill tool. Just select, okay, just click, and you can say it's getting filled here. So you can use this tool, but it is not going to work on the landscape here. You can see, okay, because it's a really huge landscape, so it's better to convert your landscapes to a static mesh and then you can use it. But it's not viable option also, because this landscape is really huge. So if you scatter that much grass, okay, then you are going to get lot of errors and basically out of memory errors. So let's just not do it. So again, let's just go to selection. I'm going to delete this plane here. Let's just go to our camera and start painting. So let's just do two views. Let's just start painting our grass here. So I want all the variations. Okay, let's just do our paint tool. Okay, and I'm going to paint it here. So let's just make our brush size bigger as well. Okay, so let's just click here. Now you can see there are lots of grass here, so I'm going to decrease it here. Okay, let's just do 300 and let's just sculpt it here. Let's just add our grass here. You can say this is looking nice. Okay, I'm not going to add that much here as well. Okay, you can add here as well. So you can basically sculpt the grass. Right now you can see, because we are using LODs, you cannot see it here, okay, in the distance, but if I go here, you can see in the distance as well. So now why I'm painting this much? Because I want to add flowers as well. Now let's say I want my density to be increased here. So what I can do, I can do like 400 and I can have lots of grass here. Okay, in my here region, and here I can just have some small grasses, like not that much. Okay, so this is looking nice. And now let's just add maybe flowers if you want to. Okay, so let's just maximize this, and now you can see the result here as well. Okay, now you can see this is not looking that much great. So what you can do, you can use a force LOD. So just type r dot force LOD. Okay, or force foliage I think force LOD, yeah, force LOD, and just do 0 and it will be shown here. As you can see, don't worry about this here, okay, because we are going to rectify that as well. Now let's just say if you want to add some trees, so let's just go to fab again. Okay, and you can see we have this as well. So let's just go to fab again and let's just search for tree. Okay, so if I search for trees here, you can see we have this tree. So let's just use this quick tree here. You can say this is the tree here. Let's just add it to the project. This is not a mega scan tree, guys. I'm just going to show you how to use, so that's why I'm using this tree. But this is not going to be a foliage. So what you can do, you can just add it here. And now this is also a foliage tool. So now if I click, you can see there are lots of trees, guys. Okay, so let's just press Ctrl Z, and now here comes the main challenge, that you need to have you don't need that much trees. You can see. Okay, so what we can do, we can decrease the density as well. Let's just do 10 and increase the radius to maybe 100, and let's just see now. And now you can see we are still getting lot of trees and the size is also bigger. Okay, so you can see we are also adding this grass. So let's just shift and disable this, and now we are going to select this. And what we are going to do, we are going to uniform this. So let's just do maybe 0.2 to 0.4, and let's just see how much big our trees are. Okay, our trees are still a lot bigger. So maybe let's just do 0.1 to 0.2. Okay, let's just check. Okay, yeah, this is nice, but what is the problem here, guys? You can see that the trees are much closer. So we are going to increase the radius here to, let's say, 300. And now if I click, okay, it's working somewhat. Let's just do maybe 1000 and let's see here. Okay, now you can see, and because we have enabled this align to normal, you can see this is the result that you are getting. Okay, so this is because of align to normal. Okay, and if I turn this off now, so this is what I was showing. You can say it's getting straight result here. See, guys. Okay, but if I turn align to normal, okay, it is going to get that elevated look. You can see this is going like this because of this elevation here. Okay, so this is what we call align to normal. So if you want, you can turn this on, and if you want, you can turn this off. It depends on you. Okay, let's just add some trees on the backward side. Okay, not here, so we can get some really good shadows as well. Okay, so let's just add it here. You can see the result. Okay, here as well. Okay, here as well. So you can basically do something like this. Okay, and you can increase the radius also if you want. So let's just add it here as well. Okay, maybe not here, maybe here. Okay, or maybe here. Yeah, this is looking nice. Okay, let's just go to our camera view, maximize it, and now you can see the result. And let's say you want a single tree, you can go to single instance and just you can click here. Okay, you can see we are getting this tree, or what you can do, you can just drag and drop it as well. But you need to make sure guys that this is lot smaller because right now it's really big. So let's just do 0.1. Okay, and now you can see the result here as well. Okay, so this is looking nice, and this is just a showcase that how you can use the foliage tools. Okay, but this is not a proper tree, so what you can do, you can just remove them as well. Okay, so right now you can see if I go to foliage, it's all here, but if I delete this, all the trees are only going to get deleted. See guys. Okay, so you can do this as well, and definitely you can have lot more trees. You can have a whole pack which basically Unreal Engine provides, so you can use that as well. So there are lots of trees, foliages. You can see we have this tree test as well. You can use this as well. Okay, it totally depends on you guys that what you want to use. I'm going to use some Mavi vegetation pack as well in the future. Then you have this decagon as well. So there are lots of trees and grasses, then stones and all that stuff that you can use easily. I use Mavi pack, so it's a really good pack, Mavi. Okay, it's not free basically, so you need to remove this free here. But this is a really good pack that I'm using. I have this confiner and I have this broadleaf pack, which is really good. Okay, so it's a really good pack that you can use here. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's just do some good lighting so you can add some trees as well. So again, if I want to show you how it was done, let me just quickly show you guys that as well. So just go to your static mesh, add your tree, okay, to your foliage here, foliage type, and just select your tree. Make sure that everything else is disabled, and just take a paint tool and then you can paint it out. Okay, so if I go here and if I click here, right now it is not getting painted. You can see it's 271 trees. Okay, so maybe the scaling is basically low. So let's just do 10 by 20 and let's just check here. Yeah, now you can see what I was talking about. The trees are basically really, what do we say? Really small in size. Okay, so let's just do maybe 40 and 50. Okay, and let's just click now. Yeah, now you can see, but as you can see, we need to play with the radius as well. Let's just do 1000 here, and now you can see the result, and you can see we have this align to normal turn on as well. So if you want, you can turn this off as well. Okay, so you can play with all these tools here, get some really good lighting going on. Okay, so you can do lots of stuffs. You can just paint it here, something like this. Okay, and if you want, you can just make sure that your brush size is smaller so you get lots of trees. And if you find okay 1000 is way too much, just do go for 500, and now you can see we are getting lots of trees here as well. Okay, and then you can have one maybe here. Okay, yeah, and maybe here as well. Okay, here as well. Okay, so you can do lots of stuffs here. Okay, according to your need. So you can play with all the values, then you can maybe add it here if you want. And if you want, you can go for single instance as well. Okay, so if you want, you can paint a single instance here and it is going to be a single tree. Okay, it totally depends upon your requirement, that how much you want your tree to look and how you want your tree to look. So maybe I am going to keep it like this only, and let's just do some lighting quickly. So I'm going to maximize this and you can see the result, and I can play with the cameras as well. Okay, so you can see this is how it is looking. Let's just add quickly our what we say exponential height fog, and let's just increase this to volumetric fog. Okay, volume fog, and let's just increase this to maybe 0.1. Now you can see the result, maybe 0.5. You can see the result. This is looking nice. Okay, let's just press Ctrl L and you can see this result is looking really beautiful. This may be a sunset scene, or maybe the rays are coming from here. Okay, you can do lots of stuff here. So you can quickly add the lighting as well. So how you can do it, just delete all this stuff, go to your windows environment light mixer and just click one by one here, and it is going to get ready. Then just go to exponential height fog, make sure that you are using volumetric fog here. Okay, and just increase this to maybe 0.2. You can see the result maybe 0.1. Okay, and then I can press Ctrl L and change the lighting here. Okay, you can say this is looking nice. Okay, and then what I can do, maybe I can make the sun bigger, the rays maybe coming which are coming, I can work on that as well. Maybe I can do 4 so we get that soft shadows. Okay, and if you want that sharp shadows, you can use that as well. We can use some temperature, maybe 5000. Okay, you can see the result here as well. And what I can do, I can use the volumetric scattering to, let's say, 5 or maybe 2. Yeah, let's just turn this off, and you can see we are getting that rays here because of this trees, and this is looking really nice. If I press the G key, okay, and I can focus on my object here. So let's just go to Cine Camera Actor. Okay, and I can focus here as well. So let's just do the focus here to this mannequin, and you can see we are getting some nice depth of field as well, and we can decrease this to 4.16. Okay, so there are lots of things that you can do. So this was just the introduction on how you can work. Let's just increase. So this was just the introduction that how you can use foliage in Unreal Engine and how you can get some really good results with the help of foliage in Unreal Engine. I'm going to continue this series, and we are going to create some really good environments with the help of this foliage tools, then dash tools as well. So a user requested that please show how we can use the foliage. So this was just the introduction to that. I will see you in the next video where we are going to cover a lot more topics and hopefully some environment creation with the help of Gaia and Unreal Engine as well. I will see you next time. Also comment what you want, what you guys want to learn. Till then, take care. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it. Share it with your friends who wants to learn Unreal Engine, and I will see you next time. Till then, leave a like. I will see you guys. Bye bye.